Welcome everybody. This is Emmy. I'm in northern Michigan and it's chilly here. This just really brings out the idea, the fun of having some Zentangling together today. And the sun is shining and it's nice and clear too. So anyway, I'm Emmy. I'm a CZT. I've been a CZT for 10 years, certified Zentangle teacher. And let's get started. I've got my PN pen, my micron pen. Use whatever you have, but that's what I happen to have. I have a soft pencil and I have a blender stump. I have my trusty eraser. Who knows where I might need that? I need energy. I've got a mint and I've got some kisses. Yum. All good. Today we're going to be working on a bookmark on a pattern that I'm quite excited to show you. So it's called Winterli, and it's by Ute Anderson, and she is from Sweden, or possibly, if I got that right, it might have even been Germany. So here's our bookmark, and I bet you'd like to see where we're going. I actually got this idea from a bookmark that I did along the way, and then I went ahead and put a frame underneath it. See, it's just a pretty border. And this is going to remind you a lot of this. So here's one that I did. How cute is this? And then our trusty black and white. I quite like that too. And here I got my Prismas out. So lots of choices, lots of cool ideas for you, ways to go. So let's get started. I'm going to start out with my pencil. And I want to start down fairly low here. And I'm going to make a long stem. I am very fond of that lazy S curve. So that's what I'm going to do today. And then in the middle, I'm going to put a branch that goes off. And because I like to aim for something, I'm going to put a big orb in the middle that's going to disappear. It's pencil, and very likely you can hardly even see it. And that's okay with me. So this is what I call on-the-job training. I'm going to teach you how to do the pattern as we work together. I'm going to start with a black dot in the middle of this orb that I made. And then I'm going to make a large, I'd call it a petal, almost like flux, except I don't close the bottom. I'm going to do that 2 more times for a total of 3. I really think you're going to love this pattern when you get the hang of it. So in between, I'm going to put another 3 petals. All the while aiming for this orb that I had on the outside, circle, whatever you like to call it. And that's pretty much the basis of the pattern. Now, Ute also puts these cute little squiggles in here. And so I'm going to do whatever fits. 1, maybe 2 will fit in here. When I finish that, I'm going to go around the outside edge with a smile. Look what I'm doing. I'm going to do a smile in each of these petals. So because this is a bookmark, from time to time we're going to go off camera and just work with me on this. She also puts some little whiskers in the middle, and that's for like the fold of this imaginary darling little flower that we're doing today. When I have that ready, I'm going to do something that she did in the middle of each of these. I'm going to do this stick with 2 branches off of it. And then what she does is she puts this heart in here. And I like to kind of put it close to the petals so that it doesn't stand out too much. You might fit one in or two or three, that's your choice. Is it cute or what? I might get two in here, I don't know, what do you think? That one didn't look exactly like a heart, but I'm okay with that. And I got a couple more. Isn't it just cute? I just love this pattern. So now I'm going to come down here and connect. And I believe I have enough room to do a small one here, but let's go ahead and lay this stem on here, this very beautiful long stem. I'm going to turn and make my stem go off this direction. Getting thinner as it approaches where the flower is going to go. Start with that dot in the middle. 3 petals. Oh, I've seen 4, I've seen 5 for your basic. And believe me, whatever you decide to do, that's the beauty of Zentangle. It will be fine. And then this treatment, the smile at the top. And the cute little kind of fronds or whatever you'd like to call them here, stamens, maybe. Not much room for whiskers, but there's a little. Very sweet. And let's connect this. You probably didn't run into that quite like I did. Who knows? I've most often seen this pattern in a grouping of patterns. I think it would look real cute as part of a bigger picture, as well as this does. How sweet is this? Okay, my next job is to go around the border. And what I did was this really simple border. It's a series of S-curves. And so that's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to give myself a little ground here for this very fun plant that I have made. An S. Overlapping, as you can see. This is just a sweet, simple border. If it works for you, be sure to use it. If it doesn't, go ahead and create whatever kind of a border you want. Looks like I switched directions there. I quite like that, though. I don't think that anyone's going to notice or mind. Certainly not you or me. We'll go right behind that. Pretty flower, Winterli. How pretty. Okay, I have a little time left to do some shading with you. Grab your pencil, whatever one you have. Oh, and grab your eraser so that you can erase what you had going on here if you did this. And if you mark the stem like I did to show you the way, not a lot of pencil on here. Okay, but now I'm going to get some pencil on into the place that I want to have look like a fold. I also want to get some on the bottom of this folded leaf or folded petal. Be a little heavy-handed with this, by the way. I think that it can take it. I think that it'll look real nice. I also believe that I have some petals that overlap, and where I have those, I'm going to go down the side if I haven't already done that. Here's another one. And then I'm going to go on to this cute little flower I have here. Do some graphite right here around the middle, underneath this turned over petal. Cute, cute, cute. And then I want to come on one side of my stem. I'd like to kind of give it the illusion that it's laying here. So that's why I'm only doing one side. Now another thing that I'm going to do is this cute treatment going through the middle. Looks like this. I'm going to do a, whoop, that pen doesn't work very well. Let's switch. Start anywhere. A stick, dot, stick, dot, stick. Again, try to alternate them a bit. That one's going to go through. Now you don't have to do this, but I think it gives a nice look to the piece. This is so sweet. Got to get a little bit on the S's, a little bit of graphite on these S's. So grab your pencil again if you haven't already. As soon as we get all the graphite we want, then we will go ahead and smudge. And you see I'm just kind of doing the middle of the S. And I'm going to do just a few of these slashes that I put in the middle. Alrighty, grab your blender stump. I also frequently use a Q-tip if I don't have a blender stump handy. Smudge all the way up, diffuse that out as much as you can. And then let's come along and start in the middle of our sweet flower, our Winterli. Wherever you find that you've laid graphite. Diffuse it, but do remember to leave a little bit of white space between the petal and where it's folded. And let's come along, do these small ones now. That's as good as it's going to be. So let's finish the stem. I started it. Let's finish it up. You can do both sides if you want to. I just happen to like the look of the one side. And then the S. If you're using a nice piece of cardstock or whatever you have on hand, this ought to work pretty well with your shading. The lighter the paper, the harder it's going to be to get any shading worthwhile. So I usually get a big piece of cardstock and I cut it up, measure it out, and cut it up to size, whatever I want. And then I have lots on hand. And that is Winterli. Isn't it as pretty as it can be? One thing I'd ask you to do is put your initials on here somewhere. Anywhere you like. Just so that you can see and enjoy what you've made. If you have a moment and you haven't already, please like our video and subscribe to my channel. And I do have a really cool thing going. There's a bunch of us over at Emmy Zen Friends on Facebook. So there we post some of the things we've been doing and we talk about what we like and what we're up to with Zentangle. So if you have a chance, come on over. Thank you. Good to see you again. I'll see you next week. Bye.